Hey Bricksters, I'm back once again with the Death Star cannon modification, lighting. Guess this would be part 2. Have added the LEDs around the conical shape here thing. Just for an example, I put these over so you can see them. And the one in the center, the LED goes through the pin. Now, that being said, I've only have a couple on here because it's just an example while I've been testing it. So, you can see around here there's a wire going all around, the black wire going all around. Now, that is soldered to each of the common or negative pin side of the LEDs, around all of them. The positive side comes off and goes to a resistor. Try to get this a little bit better view here, and then it goes off to the wiring harness. Now I have 8 there, and I have the 9th one in the middle coming out of the brick in the middle, and it's using a black and white wire there, one going to the ground, the common, and one going to the resistor and off to the wiring harness. The wiring harness is basically an old computer IDE hard drive cable. The wires are small enough and it contains enough wiring in it, more than enough, that will fit on the Arduino, and it fits perfectly on the pins, so we don't have to go soldering on that and potentially destroy our Arduino. I've done high reliability soldering, and I can do that because I understand the heat and temperature and time wise and stuff like that on a small circuit board like this. But if you're not sure, you should get someone to do that for you, because it is rather tricky and you don't want to destroy something. So don't attempt something if you don't think you can do it. Have an adult do it for you, or have a qualified electronics person do it for you. Just a disclaimer, I am an electronics technician, technologist, so that has been my trade, that has been my jobs in the past, so I do know what I am doing here. Anyway, this is just a hobby now, and I have them all wired up, and I've coiled the wire around here. Off the resistor. Just dabbed a little bit of hot glue on the end of the resistor there where it comes off the LED, just to keep it in place on the thing while I was putting on the wiring harness. I'm going to leave that there altogether. I might put some along here too, along the end of the resistor and wire, just to sort of solidify it up and harden it up, because it makes for a more solid project. Now I have some extra wires coming off that harness that's not being used, but that's okay. We're just going to keep them there for whatever case, redundancy type of thing. The switch is there. I just tacked it on, iggly-piggly. It's not working, and it's not supposed to work as the way it's set up right now. I have to add in another resistor and attach it to 5 volts in order to have this one here light up. And otherwise, the circuit is working. Let me plug it in for you. I'll go over to the computer and plug it in, and I'll show you how it operates, how it works, and we go from there. The idea is that this will be down on the table, and the Death Star is up on its platform, and someone presses this, and the middle firing laser will fire, and we'll get to that eventually in another part. But for now, I'm just going to show you how this sequence works. I reprogrammed things again last night, wasn't satisfied with the timing and the way things were, and I did have some timing errors in there, you could say. And that's the fun about building these things and programming them yourselves. It's a challenge, and you can have a lot of fun. I'm not a great computer programmer part of things for this, and I'm learning the Arduino and the coding for that very slowly. So, I mean, someone else could come up with a much better coding for this and probably make it a much more, a slimmer code, you could say. My code is kind of bulky, but it works, and I'm happy with that. So, as they say, you don't fix something that isn't broke. So, I just wanted to share this part with you as I go along the journey of creating the laser cannon for the Death Star. So let's just go plug it in and you can see how exactly it works. Now I'm going to try to do this with one hand because I don't have many hands here. I'm trying to hold the camera with one hand and do this with the other, so I want you to see it as I plug it in. So if I can do it. Let's see here. It's just the USB cable coming from the computer, which I program it, and I'm going to stick it in, and hopefully it'll start. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they start going off. A little bit faster. Then they'll come on a little bit faster. And once again, faster and faster and faster. And now the idea is if you press the button, it will fire that laser. But as you can see right now, it's not working because I don't have it hooked up the way I should have it hooked up. I just kind of just tacked it on an empty pin right now so I wouldn't lose the switch. So that's the idea behind lighting up the laser of the Death Star. Once I get the switch fixed, I'll show you the update on that. Then I'll show you the installation in the Death Star and how it works at the very end when it all comes together. Hope you've enjoyed this do-it-yourself Lego edition. I hope you've enjoyed this part of the Lego do-it-yourself adding lights to the Death Star.